Imagine a world where your power is decided at complete random. A quirk unique to you and you alone. From ones that seem simple to powers that are strong enough to change everything. Okay, so it's definitely been a good while since we checked out anything to do with the My Hero universe. And just by taking a look at some of the suits around me right here, I can assure you that if you're a My Hero Academia fan, you're really going to enjoy this one. But before we go ahead and actually hop into all the different costumes and all the different armors and stuff you can get in the mod, I do quickly want to show off some of the quirks because the effects and stuff with these are absolutely insane. And so the first time that you actually install this mod, you will be given a complete quirk at random. So as you can see, every time we click this, you are going to be given a different quirk. So Hell Flame, Big Fist, muscle augmentation, hardening. But realistically, even by having a random quirk, they are all going to be just as sick as the rest of them. And yeah, just taking a look of what's available so far, there is an absolute ton of all these different powers and quirks to actually get, such as the explosion quirk that Bakugo uses in the show, all the way to the jet essence from Gran Torino. We've even got the Ingenium stuff in here as well, and then all the way to some absolutely ridiculous quirks like One for All. So starting us off today, I do really want to check out the Bakugo quirk, which if you are playing in creative, you can just go ahead and grab one of these, give it a right click, and there you go, you will be given that quirk. You can hear by the sound effect. And you probably realized the ability bars at the bottom right there that all say empty. And that is because if we go ahead and press M, we actually get our own sort of like hero card right here, which is super sick looking, where it gives us some basic information. So like our name, the actual quirk that we have, as well as our level with the quirk at the bottom there and our XP, which as you might have guessed, when it does come to the abilities, you are going to need to like level up and basically, you know, reach the level that you need to use those moves. Or if we go back into the hero card right here, we can actually go on the moves GUI, and you can see that the only one we have available right now is the explode one, which is level 1. So create a small explosion where you're looking. And yeah, just by hovering over some of the other ones, you can see this one's level 5, this one's level 10, this one's level 20, level 30, level 40. So don't panic if you only have like 1 or 2 actual quirk moves, because within this ability menu, we can go over to the basic combat moves and basically assign a bunch of sort of like normal combat moves that you can use in fights. But since this is a showcase, I am just going to make myself like the highest level possible just so I can show off this stuff. And so now that we've assigned each one of those slots, you can see the ability bar is pretty much full. Let's go ahead and get geared up in the proper attire right here, and I can show you guys what this dude is all about. And yeah, don't worry, I will be yapping about all the armors and all the 3D parts later, but yeah, I mean, just look how sick this looks right here. Like the grenade arms look really sick. Even having like the 3D parts, like the knee pads right there, such a cool touch. So going back to the first ability, Explode, check this out. So we can actually go ahead and hold this down all the way to 6 out of 6. So just by tapping it quickly, you're not exactly going to get the biggest explosion in the world. But if we go ahead and hold this down, we do a really sick like pose right there. And just coming back a little bit further, just so you can actually see like the range and the actual like size of this thing. I mean, check this out. Like that is a giant difference just from the little like one of those. So we also get the ability to dash just like we see in the show. We can go ahead and basically get a little bit of a boost every time you use it. But yeah, just going ahead and just boosting around is super sick. I love the animations with this. For the next move, we are going to go ahead and get ourselves a trusty volunteer right here, where we have the AP shot, which I'm pretty sure is one of the actual projectiles when it does come to this quirk. So yep, just like that, you are going to basically be able to fire an explosion. And as you can see with the text there are going to be cooldowns depending on each one of these. So, you know, just keep an eye on that. But like the range of that is so sick. Even with the explosion at the end, like so cool. And yeah, you can definitely tell that with each one of these abilities being higher and higher level, that they just do more and more destruction and look way cooler. Where we have an ability where it basically catapults us into a giant flame tornado that we catch them in and basically give them a kick at the end. And yeah, just going ahead and trying this with a whole group of them. I do want to see if it actually catches all of them in the same sort of tornado. So here we go. Yep, it really does. Okay, it really grabs every single one of them. Which is where we can go ahead and switch the list right here, where we have some of the most powerful abilities when it does come to this quirk. Such as the landmine, which is basically just a giant explosion wherever you're actually looking or underneath you. There's even an ability where we can just keep dropping explosions behind us, so if we're trying to get through a crowd or something like that. But by far, one of the coolest moves Bakugo actually has is the howitzer, which looks a little bit something like this. Look at that, so we can basically just dive wherever we're actually aiming. And yeah, thinking about it, you can seriously cover some decent ground with that ability as well. Like you could basically just, you know, parkour with that if you really wanted to. It's only fair that we check out Deku's powers next. And there are actually 2 suits, which again, I'll get into in just a minute. But of course, the quirk that we're after is the All for One essence right there. And look how sick that design looks. So just like before, let me go ahead and grab Deku's gear right here. So just taking a look at the ability list like we did before, there is going to be an absolute ton of different abilities when it does come to this quirk. And you might have also noticed with this quirk, we do also get a full cal meter right at the top of the abilities as well, which if we go ahead and actually hold R right there, we do a really sick sort of like animation, our eyes start glowing, and then we do get a percentage bar going up as well. And as soon as that reaches 100, We go ahead and let go. Best friends forever, apparently. But either way, we do get some really sick green lightning going all around us right here, looking absolutely sweet, as well as that full cal meter now being at 100%, which yeah, basically means at this point, we're basically unstoppable. And instead of the regular volunteers like this dude, we are going to be using the mod's inbuilt criminals right here. And look at the way these guys walk too, it's hilarious. And because we do have full cal at 100%, you can probably see that we are going to be super quick without even using any abilities whatsoever. But we do have the beginning ability, which is the Detroit right there. And because we are absolutely souped up right now with 100%, this is going to be pretty damn powerful, which from the front, it does look a little something like that. You see all the different colors and stuff, looks really cool. But if I go ahead and press R again, we are going to lose all that power, where I can show you some of more classic Deku moves, like the Delaware, which is just going to be like a simple flick that we see them do in the show. And you can definitely tell the difference when it comes to using this without any extra power. So this is just the basic one, but by charging that up again to 100%, and then we go ahead and use the exact same move as the one before. Like, you can see just the absolute difference when it comes to power and the effects and everything. So yeah, quite literally the most powerful flick that you could ever do. Or even going one step further and doing the California, which is just absolutely insanely powerful. Like, it basically just one-taps anybody that's nearby. And again, the effects for this are just so sick to look at. You know, they weren't lying when they said that One For All is going to be pretty damn powerful. And that's without even touching the Go Beyond there right at the bottom right. So yeah, you're definitely going to be putting in some work when you reach that level, let me tell you. But when it comes to some of the quirks, you can even go ahead and actually switch all the different cowl colors. So with Deku being the green one right there, we can also have all the different sort of like One For All characters that we see right there. So we have like All Might, and then go ahead and charge up just like we have before. You will see that the colors of the lightning have now completely changed to the one that we selected. So even just having customization with that definitely makes it a lot more unique to like the actual person playing it. But just taking a little bit of a break from showcasing some of the different quirks, I do want to quickly show you guys some of the really sick like hero outfits that you can get in this one, especially the Deku ones. Like, they look so cool, even having like the very first one that we see him in the show, obviously complete with those giant ears that stick up from the suit right there. Really sick, which then evolves into this sort of gamma suit that I was just wearing for the abilities. We have Bakugo, which we saw a little bit of earlier with the giant grenades on the wrist there. Super cool. But it isn't just going to be like the student hero outfits, because we also get pro heroes like the Endeavor suit right here with the flames. There's also the outfit that belongs to Hawks as well, complete with the really cool glasses and the headphone combo there. Really nice touch. And then we also get a bunch more of the classmate ones. So we have Ingenium, complete with the giant boosters on the back there, looking absolutely wild. Like, each one of these outfits really blends into like almost base Minecraft, like just with the extra bits like the gauntlets and stuff, like having the 3D. Like, it really doesn't take you away from Minecraft's classic style, which is really appreciated. And then finally, of course, we do have All Might right here as well. So, and as a bonus, you can go ahead and use a mask as well, just for the whole classic look, complete with a giant smile. So just like always, this is nowhere near the actual complete list of different suits that you can have, as just by scrolling through some of these, you'll be able to see some of the characters and the quirks that actually go with them. So for example, pretty sure this is Vigilante Deku right here. We have the Stars and Stripes, the Hero Killer Stain that has such a cool design. But say if you wanted to do some training and actually get really good at using some of the combat stuff in this mod, they do also include a ton of NPCs to battle and fight with as well. We're just going ahead and grabbing a couple here. First of all, we did already see the criminals that look really cool. And as a basic opponent, these are definitely going to be the ones to go for. But moving up the list, we also get Hawks. So we actually have like pro heroes. And yeah, as you can imagine, these guys are of course going to just be fighting anything that they come across. I mean, just look at Hawks right there gliding around. Like, that is so cool. But of course, we do have the fan favorites as well, like Bakugo, really sick, who I would definitely not recommend flying against, at least until you've got some of the basic moves down. But I have saved the best to last, and that is All Might himself. Look at this dude right here. And yeah, when it comes to scale, really accurate when it comes to like the manga and the anime. Really cool. And yeah, you really do not want to be going up against All Might. Like, I have no idea what's going on right here. Like, just trying to run away, like, yeah, this dude is always going to be catching up with you. Like, look at the whole tornado. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and me just checking out just a couple of the quirks, as I don't want to spoil absolutely everything for this, but it is definitely fun to mess around with this stuff. And also really good if you are into like PvP and you wanted to use like abilities and stuff like that. Like, you can't really look any further than this. Like, the battles are just going to be absolutely manic. So if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.
Bye.